Just got here at the Plex. Pretty big line getting in. Music's going. Everyone's hyped up already getting through the gate. So yeah, can't wait to get into this. Well, to cover it all, you gotta have a lot of gear, bro. With me now is Justin Whittle, all the way from the USA here in Perth, Western Australia. A little bit sunnier than back home, I'm assuming.
A little bit. It's snowing, or it was snowing the other day at home, so it's a lot better being shorts and a t-shirt.
You've been here for about a week or so now, trying to get acclimatised to obviously not only the weather but the racing and how we do things here in Western Australia. So far, how can you found it?
It's been fairly good. A little chaotic, but getting used to the car and stuff. Just trying to find something I'm comfortable with, but we're getting there. Just making notes and trying to find something we're comfortable with.
The Perth Motorplex track's probably a little bit different, but sometimes similar in a lot of ways. It changes quite a bit here. Is it something similar to that you found that you've had in the States?
It kind of flows like Charlotte, a little bit like Eldora, but the track's fairly nice. I fairly enjoy it. It's probably one of my favorites right now.
Having 28 cars out there on the track the other night at box night was the first time we've ever done it. It's normally hectic at 24. It looked pretty bad from where I was standing on the infield.
It's always crazy.
It's crazy.
It's always crazy racing, especially when you're open wheel and inches from another car, but it's what makes it fun.
Part of the trip obviously is fun for you.
Trying to.
Driving for Troy Lawson with the H school.
Yes.
Is there some things that you've been doing out here that you've sort of enjoyed so far besides racing?
I haven't really had much time to go explore, kind of just working on the car, wash and stuff like that, but I got to see some things, and hopefully during our break here shortly we can go explore a little bit.
Yeah. What do you like in a race car? Do you like it tight, loose?
I like a little bit of a snugger car, but I can't have it too snug because then I won't be able to drive it.
Yeah, that's true. All right, mate. I hope you enjoy your stay here for a few more nights.
Thank you.
The High Limit Series is obviously a massive thing for Western Australia and Australia in general, so it's great to have you guys all over, and we appreciate you coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Great, sweet. Welcome back to Western Australia. It's not the first time here. Having High Limits, though, the series must be a massive feather in your cap, but also to Perth people.
Yeah, I think Perth deserves to get the extra, exposure, and obviously High Limit, has a new exciting brand for fans to see, and cool to kind of bring both staffs together and kind of create this international event with kind of a different flavor than what you typically would see on both sides. So yeah, it's very fun. It's a great vibe here in the pits so far. A lot of great atmosphere and excited fans. So really just excited to see how the event goes.
Putting an event like this together isn't easy, obviously, but it's something that you probably want to do for quite a few years and have a great relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you always just want to make sure it's good for everybody, and so far, everything's been great with Perth Motorplex and their staff here, and just working together on it. And obviously, if it goes good this year, we'll keep building upon it.
Thanks, mate, for joining us. Cheers. Have a good luck, and
thank you.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how you going?
Good. Now,
Well, that's how she does it.
it's better than yours.
It is, eh? Yeah.
Be honest, get out of bed just a little bit quicker this morning, a little bit more chirpy.
Yeah. Obviously, I know it's going to be a big meeting and big show. So, yeah, I had a good sleep, got up, and yeah, we went straight to the workshop and went seeing Brody and the boys that are staying down that way at the workshop, and yeah, they were into it very early this morning. Got there thinking that maybe we'll get the car ready just before Speedway, but it was done by the time we rocked up at 9 o'clock. So, yeah, we're all ready to go, and we had a look at the track earlier, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty good night.
The hype's pretty big when you walk around the pits. You got a hype around you normally anyway, but it's all through the pits tonight.
Yeah.
The High Limit Series here is pretty special for Perth Motorplex.
Yeah, I just like how it's become such a big an event. So now it's just like there's so many people that are coming into the pits to see all these drivers, but they're getting to see all our local drivers too, and there's so many new faces and so many old faces, and everyone looks like they're going to have a good night. I think everyone's been waiting so long for it to happen, and it's finally here, it's happening, and it's so good to be part of it. And yeah, can't wait to actually just get out there and showcase what us locals can do. We got some pretty fast locals, but to showcase to the rest of the world why the Americans are watching us, it'd be pretty cool, because there's some people around here that deserve to go to America and follow their dreams, and there's people that are fast enough to do it.
Absolutely, well said, mate. And I reckon
with a telecast, all those horns in turn 1, Callum's Corner. I reckon that might catch on in the USA, and they'll have them at Knoxville next year too.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. We'll have to get them a plane ticket all there if I ever go back again, and have the crew come with us. It'd be pretty cool. But it's getting bigger and bigger. Those supporters up there are great. They're always saying hi here before racing and supporting us, buying our merch, and it's sort of become like a bit of a part of the family. I've known some of these people since I first started when I was 17. Probably going, 15 years later, they're still around, floating around. So, yeah, that fan club up there it's pretty cool, and I'm pretty special to have them.
Good luck tonight, mate, and for the rest of the series.
Yeah, cheers to that, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Off being safe and sorry, and then stop here and let your mule push you back to your bay. Obviously, there's a lot of people here. There's probably people that have never been here before, so just encourage you to be.
When we push off, yellow is yellow. When we push off, we're at an
it's amazing, and these ice cream really, they don't miss. They slap. That's Brian Walker.
Cheers, mate.
You're very welcome. Enjoy.
Yep.
Can't do it. Why? Eating ice cream.
Days of Thunder. You can't pit right now, Cole. Why not? We're eating ice cream.
Go home with a great smile on our face. In Jesus' name, amen.
Here we go, Perth Motorplex. High limits night number 3, $100,000 on the line. Who's going to get it done? J Mac, winner of the first 2 nights. Will he have it all his own way? I doubt it. So let's see what happens tonight. History in the making, $100,000 to win. We'll be on for young and old. DTN are here to cover it for you.
Thanks very much, Chase. We are down here ready to go. Perth Motorplex, Monday night. $100,000 on the line. Is anyone here excited to go racing? Hey, Kyle, are you excited to go racing?
I am excited. Great crowd, so we'll try to put on a show.
All right, well, it's a good thing Kyle Larson is here because he is our first Dash qualifying driver to spin. So Kyle, swap spots with me right here. Now hold on, I know you got a helper. We're going to explain things a little bit here. Tonight's Dash redraw wheel spin is a little bit different. Our top 4 in points will be the second group. They will be the last 4 guys to spin from the 2 nights of racing. Kyle and the other heat race winners will be the first 4 to spin. The only spots Kyle and the heat race winners are spinning for are 5th through 8th. So the heat race winners can only start 5th through 8th in tonight's Dash. The top 4 in points from the past 2 nights, they will come up and spin for positions 1 through 4. So we're gonna have all of our heat race winners come up first. They're gonna spin against each other, and then we'll go to our top 4 in points to find out who will set the front 2 rows for tonight's Dash. Pretty simple, right? Does that make sense to everybody? I said, does that make sense to everybody? Do you guys get it? That makes sense to you?
Sure, yeah.
Very good, because I'm confused. I'm lost personally. All right, so we got, I think all the drivers have helpers down here. This is really cool. They just pulled kids out of the crowd. Totally legit, not weird, not creepy. That's just how we do it down here. All right, so we have our question of the night. Comes from a young fan. Have you ever heard of a guy named Chase Rodman?
We haven't seen him yet on this trip, but yeah, I've heard about him.
He likes to go home early. So here's the question from Chase Rodman. Last time we talked about food and what the USA drivers like over here in Australia, what the Australians like when they're over in the US. They didn't have anything they liked, apparently. Tonight's question, you are from the US, California to be specific. What is a piece of vocabulary or a phrase that the Australians use that you just love and you want to use all the time back in the States? Or it can be one that confuses you and you have no idea what it means.
I like how they call the push vehicles the utes. I like utes. Piss. They use piss a lot of different ways. Talking the piss, drinking the piss.
You can tell we are not in the United States right now.
They like piss.
All right, Kyle Larson, he's our first driver to spin. He's got a helper. Let's make some noise for your first heat race winner. All right, so Kyle here is spinning for the 5th through 8th position, number 18. That's pretty good. How about some more noise for Kyle Larson here, folks? Dane, right here. Your helpers must shop at the same place you do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they're pretty lucky to get some crew shirts. I don't do any work though.
Not do any work. I like that. I like that. Chase Rodman wants to know other countries' vocabulary. So the U.S. What is a vocab? What is a phrase? What is something we Americans say that you love, or maybe it just bewilders you and you don't know what it means?
Maybe I know right.
I know, right?
I know right. Yeah, like that. Yeah, it's just something that we don't use, and I think it sounds cool.
It's like 3 words all mushed together. I know, right?
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna spin. I know, right? Let's make some noise for Dane Kingshot. If he can go lower than an 18, he would take over the 5th position. That's as high as he and these heat race winners can start here tonight. A number 18 for Kyle Larson, a 22 for Matt Eagle. A 0! Hey, what is a phrase that Australians use that you love, you want to bring back, you want to make it big in the US, or maybe one that you're like, what are they talking about, man?
You can't say it in America because it's frowned upon. It starts with a C. But it's normal here, so it's okay. But I'd say, yeah, nah, yeah. Or bloody oath.
You're saying the word you can't say is it's crikey, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that. How about it for Brock Zierfas here, ladies and gentlemen? The 2021 WA versus US Sprint Car Speed Week champion. If he can go 0-0, he will take over the 5th position. Oh my, oh my! Oh! Brock, you better fire that helper of yours. Ladies and gentlemen, he's number 1 in points. This is James McFadden! I owe you a big apology, and Sheldon and Peter, because Chase and I were talking about the delicacies, the food here in Australia we've been enjoying. I talked about how Peter provided us some lobster tails. You and I were chowing down on those. And I talked about Team Bradley hooking us up with the food. Team Brady hooking us up with some delicious eats. You liked those lobster tails today, didn't you?
Yeah, except the little garlic bumps in the helmet right now, but everything else is finished.
Maverick just patted his mouth like, yeah, Dad, it is disgusting. You have interesting perspective. You spent so much time living in the States, traveling and racing and living with your family. So what is a phrase, what is a word that us Americans use that you just cannot figure out for the life of you?
You guys call a semi-trailer a tractor trailer, and a tractor still a tractor, so it's pretty confusing.
The things that work on the farm are tractors, and the things that pull the big trailers up and down the road, those are also tractors. What's not to understand about that?
The tractor part.
What do you guys call it? What do you call them here? Lorries or something?
Trucks.
Whatever. James McFadden, let's make some noise for him as he and Maverick spin the wheel. All right, so this is for the front four spots in tonight's A main event. That's number 42. That is number 42. There are still numbers higher than that, so these next couple of drivers might still end up above that. You never have to wait to call this guy's name. He's always Johnny on the spot. Second in points for the event after 2 nights of racing. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States High Limit National Champion, this is Brad Sweet! You like went when I said your name. Do you not like it when I talk about you?
No, I don't mind.
You want to hear my big cat growl again?
Yeah, sure.
Show him?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Okay, Sally's is good. That's big cat, baby. All right. So Chase Rodman wants to know, what is an Australian phrase or word that what are they talking about when you hear it?
Oh, I mean, I figured it out really quick, but let's get on the cans, let's get on the piss, good night, mate. It's, yeah, I love all the Australian sayings.
All right, let's throw another shrimp on the Barbie for Brad Sweet here and make some noise. Savannah, give that thing a spin. I have not heard anyone say throw another shrimp on the Barbie since we got here. They're looking to go lower than a number 42 for Brad and Savvy, 29. So that gives Brad the provisional pole position. Second place last night from Lemoore, California. This is Cole Macedo! What up, dog?
What's going on?
Just living La Vida Loca, man. Hey, you ran really well. P3 back on night number 1. Or no, that's Brad's stats. Quick time on night number 1. P2 last night. Great job. Chase Rodman wants to know, what is an Australian phrase or word or term they use down here that you just don't know what they're talking about when they say it?
Oh, there's so many. I feel like they have slang for every word, but I would say these guys use up all the good ones, but like a torch. I mean, I asked for a torch the other day and I got brought a flashlight, so, but yeah, there's so many of them, but yeah, they're all funny. It's good.
I still don't know what crikey means. How about some noise here for Cole Macedo, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, you guys were booing him last night when he said he didn't like meat pies. I got bought a meat pie today. Cole Macedo at number 48. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome up Callum Williamson. All right, you're mic'd up. Are we on Netflix or something right now?
20 minutes in.
All right, I like it. Okay, so you've had a good couple of nights here so far. You're going for 100 grand. You got some Americans who flew over helping you out on the car. I gotta ask you, other country, US of A, what's a vocab, what's a term, what's something we say that you have no idea what it means?
Oh, I know what he's saying, but Lawton, he says the same words twice, like okay, or alright, but other than that, the slang, I can pick up on most of it at the moment, yeah.
He just wants to make sure you understand it.
Most probably, yep.
All right, let's go here for Callum Williamson. He's our 4th and final driver to spin. If you want to see this guy do well, make some noise! So if he can go lower than a 29, he's got the top spot, and he does! A number 19 for Williamson. Send these drivers off, folks, make some noise! So with that, Callum Williamson will lead the field with the green flag for tonight's dash. He'll be joined on the front row by Big Bad Brad Sweet. And then behind them will be James McFadden and Cole Macedo in the front for Perth Motorplex. Are you guys having a good time tonight? We're getting ready to go racing a little bit later on. We're having a good time. Guys, Chuck, I'll talk to you.
Thanks, Tony. Thank you, Tony, so much down there. And some good news for Callum Williamson. Let's go down to the pits. Just caught up with Jason.
She's so bossy.
Unfortunately, Jason Kendrick's going to be coming from the B-main tonight, and we're going to find out exactly what happened. I saw you pull up on that last lap coming to the checkers. Not what we want to see. Can you give us the info?
Yeah, we didn't know that we were going to have to do such a huge supply. We didn't know at all that.
This is the dash.
Good night, eh? No worries, no worries.
Callum Williamson, mate. That was pretty pretty dominant there. Track's quick at the moment. Hopefully it'll widen up a little bit, so you can move around on it.
Yeah, I hope it does widen up and slow down a little bit. I feel like 28 cars on a track like that will probably might come into a bit of danger here and there with trying to pass cars and stuff. But if that's what it dishes up, we just got to run it, and we've got to run 35 hard laps. So yeah, I just feel like it's going to be one of those races where if you're just there at the right time, make the right moves, through lap traffic as well, that you can put a couple of cars in between you and second spot or third spot, and that's probably what we really count in this race, is putting lap cars in between us.
Hard to tell, obviously, running off the front, taking off. Car looked balanced though, and good and clean air.
Yeah, it's really nice. We've had this similar track at the start of the season too, when we were doing track records. So the car felt the same as when that track was, and we've probably got that set up in the car now, and we know how to loosen the car up enough to get rotating. So we've probably got a little bit more head start than some of these boys here, I reckon.
Bit of patience is going to be a virtue on this 35 laps, but also too aggression. So you're going to have to balance that one out.
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's just all aggression for this race. I think if you pace yourself, you're done, you're gone. So I know you can do it in other shows because that's what everyone sort of does, but everyone's not going to be, letting you pace yourself in this race. So just get up and go for it from the start.
Good luck, mate. Well done, and best of luck for you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Criminal section. Lock them all up. Especially this one.
Hey guys, how are we? Welcome back to my channel. It's Emily. Follow me at Maddington County Toyota.
Whatever she said is not what I'm saying.
What do you smoke?
You going on social media, you know that.
Nothing. I am a child of God.
Oh yeah. Just because everyone says, "Oh God," when they meet you.
I don't want HR issues.
Yeah, we're gonna have to just delete.
We're live on Maddington Toyota. Here we go, $100,000 to win at the Perth Motorplex for high limits.
Get some space. Go. What a race! Jason! Get up there with him! Get up there with him, Jason! Friday with him! Up there! Friday! Kyle Larson!
Get on the wing!
He and Jason Bridle climb the top of the cage. Pride, a distinguished and wide variety driver in his own right, teaming up with Kyle Larson. The pairing has paid off.
Go make some noise, everyone! Put your hands
High limit sprint cars roaring down the track. Underneath the lights, they're coming back. Dirt flying high in the midnight glow. Race through the night where the winners go. Speedway dreams on a treacherous ride. Gambling hearts, nowhere to hide. Risk it all, lose the game. Rolling the dice, feel the flame. Rise to the top, winner's seats. 100,000 within our reach. Engines roaring, crowds going wild. Fearing nothing, we're running wild. Burning rubber, pushing to the brink. In the heat of the race, no time to think. Through every turn, we own the fight. Perth Motorplex, we take the night.